Hello lovely people, how are you all doing today? I hope you're well. Oh my goodness, I'm a bit, hang on, I'm going to change arms. I haven't got my tripod out. I'm a little bit weirded out today. Here I am at the Interchange Station. This is Bromley South in just the beginning of Kent. So you just come out of London and you hit Bromley South. This is the station where my little local train brings me to and I swap and now take the train down to Aunty Teapot's. Oh, am I going to get emotion? I might get emotion. So, this is the beginning of the end, in a way. Oh God, that sounds awful, doesn't it? So here I am at the end of July. I'm off down to Aunty Teapot's for, I think, the very last time ever. The last time I was actually down there was October last year, so what, 9-10 months ago. This time is going to be different. I'm going down there to meet up with my sister. Sorry, is the wind a bit troublesome? Yeah, I'm going down there, meeting up with my sister. We're going to have a couple of days down there, running around the local area to just kind of pick up on all her old favourite places. Essentially, we're picking up her ashes, and they're going to make the long trek back up north so she can join my nan, her sister, my aunt, her niece, and you know what, it's weird, it's sort of sad, but it's also, hang on, the light's terrible, isn't it? It's also a celebration. It's a celebration, and that's what the next couple of days are all about, is celebrating her, but also hugely it's about me having time with my big sis, my gorgeous big sis, who I don't get to see as often as I would like. She lives in the north, I live in the south, you know. So yeah, the reason I feel weirded out today is because I have sat on this platform, I don't know, I think probably thousands of times. How many weeks each year? There are 52 weeks in a year. I've probably on average come down twice a week, so that's 100 times I've sat on this platform each year for the last 10 plus years. Yeah, it's weird. But really looking forward to it. I'm hoping I can bring you all along. Obviously, I'm going to get my sister's permission to film bits and pieces, but the part of Kent we're going to is the North Kent coast. If you carried on the train from here all the way, you'd get to Margate and Broadstairs. We're not going that far. And actually, I'm not going to her old village of Westgate-on-Sea. We're going to be staying in Canterbury. Think of Chaucer, think of the Pilgrims, so hopefully I can bring a bit of Chaucer and the Pilgrims and Canterbury, the Canterbury Tales to you. But we're going to be having some coastal days, some fish and chips, not fish for me, but chips by the sea, guard them against the seagulls. Yeah, so really looking forward to it so much, because apart from anything, I need a break. I really need a break. My sis does. She's literally just tested negative for COVID. She's had a torrid time of it too. So yeah, ice creams, fish and chips, Aunty Teapot in the back of the car with us. It's so random, isn't it? I'm just wondering, do we get her out when we go out to dinner in the evening? Do we bring her out to dinner with us? Why not? Yeah. I'm going to stop now because I'm about to get really, really, really weepy. It's going to be odd to actually, once I'm actually down there, once we're in her old village and I go to pick her up, it's going to be, yeah, I might not film that bit. But yeah, so come along with me for a couple of days in gorgeous Kent. and we're off.
This is coach number 2 of...
We're now going to get... Hang on, come round here. We're going to be getting the announcements. Oh, I'm in shade, doesn't matter. Yay, we're off. The train is kind of empty. I mean, it's empty. There's a couple at the far end where there is area for disabled, for a wheelchair. That's where they are. But yeah, you know, I know we've got all these strikes going on and the commuter trains are always running late and all that stuff, but actually I've got to say, in the UK, our trains are pretty great. I love train travel anywhere. I was thinking the other night that I might talk about this more at length in another video, but I was thinking the other night that one of my dreams has always been to do the Trans-Siberian Railway. I don't know, you know, expense, but also my knees. Oh, something about my knees in a second. You know, it's never happened. Another thing I've never done is do a sleeper train. I've slept on a lot of trains though. Overnight trains from one country to another country in Europe. You get woken at 2 a.m. for your passport, whatever. But I've never been on a sleeper train, and I thought, you know what? I don't need to go to the expense of we're bumping around. I don't need to go to the expense of doing the Trans-Siberian or, you know, the Trans-Canadian Railway. It's gorgeous. It's a 5-day trip, but they've all become really, really expensive. You know, it's like a proper luxury first class experience. I ain't doing that. But what I could do is to fulfill my sleeper train experience is to take the sleeper train either to Cornwall or to Scotland. Yeah, it's going to be expensive, but I don't want to be on my deathbed regretting never having taken a sleeper train. That's for another day. But yeah, we're underway, it's fab, and I just want to introduce you to a little friend of mine that you haven't seen. My stick. It's actually my second stick. I busted my first stick a couple of weeks ago. I'm mentioning it now because you haven't seen it in any of the other videos. You wouldn't see it in a home video because I don't use it at home. You wouldn't have seen it in the garden videos because when I'm in the garden, I don't use it. I just try and get on with things. But when I'm walking down the high street, walking anywhere, I need a stick. So the reason I'm mentioning it now is because hopefully if I can get the camera out in the next few days and we're walking around, you're going to see it, and I don't want people going, oh, suddenly, where's this stick come from? What's wrong with Vivi? You know, it's just a little bit of an aid to my walking, and yeah, so now you know. Right, I'm going to turn you all off, sit back, enjoy the countryside. Oh, and just the other thing to say is, and this is very typical in the UK, quite often I'm on an 8-coach train today, but quite often on these, oh, I'm getting jiggy, on these lines that go out to the countryside and to slightly smaller towns and cities, what will happen is you'll get to one particular station and then the train's going to split in half, so you need to know which half to be in. So I'm in the front half of the train, which will carry on down to Canterbury. The back half of the train is going to carry on down to Aunty Teapot's. So yeah, when the conductor comes on, I'm just going to double check I'm in the right part of the train. Oh, so yeah, going to sit back, enjoy the ride, enjoy the view, enjoy the quiet, and catch up with you all later on. You know, I was just saying about the 4 coaches at the front and 4 coaches at the back. Well, I was in the correct part of the train, but for some reason they've decided to change it, so I know how to go to I'm now in the back half of the train. But of course the digital reader that tells you where we're at is saying go to the front half. It's like, what is going on? Anyway, the conductor, bless him, keeps making announcements to say ignore the digital readout, go to the back or go to the front. What's made me laugh is he keeps calling it Digital Doris. He's saying at every station, once everyone's on and we're on the way again, he says, ignore digital Doris. So we're ignoring her and we're on our way, and I just hope you know what I've done though? I've sat in the back half of the train but right near the split so that I can leg it if needs be. Hopefully now though I can relax and get on with my journey. Ha! It's always an adventure. Excuse the pole, but I'm really glad to get a shot of this because normally I'm at the other end of the train and I can't. Do you see this part of the building here? This is one of the old. It's one of the old Oast houses. So these are these conical buildings with their fruits on the top. This is where all the hops used to be dried. So Kent, Garden of England. By the way, look at that sky, naughty sky. This is where, so some of you may have heard about, you know, the Londoners who used to come out down to Kent in the summer to do their hop picking. Darling buds of May. I can't get a word in edgeways, can I? But yeah, families would come down, East End families would come down, pick the hops, and that's where they were dried. So that's a really nice building, and it's been made into an arts centre. Oh, it's disappearing. Goodness me, that sky.
Front four coaches will be the Ramsgate service. My apologies to the lady in the flowery dress that got on a Raynham, I told you wrong.
Brilliant. You've got to love a conductor with a sense of humour. Alright, off we go again.
This is coach number 6.
Orchards!
The next station
Orchards
is
of Kent.
Oh, customers, please note,
and a hill.
train will divide en route.
Oh, I keep trying to get it, never mind.
The front 4 coaches will continue to
Here we go.
Priory. The rear
The
4
Garden
coaches
of
will
England.
continue to Ramsgate. Please ensure
All these
travelling in the
beautiful apple orchards. Miles and miles and miles of them. But the trees keep getting in the way. Oh, and parched fields. Oh, I've landed. Can you hear the hubbub? So after a few delays and hiccups with the trains, I've got here. My sister came to meet me at the station. Our little place that we're staying is slightly the other side of the main bit of the town. We're in the main bit of the town right now. Lovely, lovely. You see that? Half-timbered buildings. So we're right in the middle of the old part of the town. Cathedral's just over there. I'll show you all this when we get to it. But for now, because it's been about a 25-minute walk from the station just because I'm so slow. In my older days it would have been a 6-7 minute walk, but it's taken a bit of a while, and I think my sister could sense, the sun's coming out, that I was huffing and puffing. So as we came through the square, she said, I'm going to turn you around now, why don't we stop, hold on a minute, let me show you the building up there, lovely half-timbered buildings. Why don't we stop, have a sit down before we get to our little Airbnb, little pub in the corner, seats, there's no traffic, well apart from that moped that went through. You see, lovely higgledy-piggledy square, ignore the scaffolding. Behind there, just behind there is the cathedral. But for now, oh my goodness, I think that's a school party, it's just arrived. For now we're in the sunshine, on a lovely cobbledy terrace. I'm taking the weight off my feet. I don't yet know what that cross is for. Is it to do with the Elna Cross and Charing Cross? Because it's the pilgrims route, isn't it? But never mind any of that. It's just nice to sit down, even though I was sitting on the train all the time, and wait for my sister to appear from that door with a nice cold pint for me. And as the next couple of days go on, I'm hoping that I can get to show you tons more of this gorgeous architecture and history. But for now, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, beautiful, no, it's about 4:30, beautiful sunny afternoon, just sitting in the square and waiting for a nice cold pint. Well, after 2 pints and 2 glasses of rosé, we were just round there in the square, and that building I pointed at with the scaffolding, that's the cathedral. What an idiot. So we're now wending our way to our residence, but behind you can see this is the tip of the cathedral in the gorgeous, gorgeous late afternoon, evening sunshine. Here's Sis. Say hello, Sis.
Hello.
Hello, Sis. But look at this gorgeous, gorgeous building on the way. So our property we're staying in is just up the lane here. But look at this, beautiful half timbered. I'm going to have to do some, close up I think. So you can, sorry guys. See little teeny tiny leaded windows. But look at the corbels. Isn't that beautiful? In a kind of grotesque way. Oh, love it. And then as we come down the building, look at all this beautiful detail. So each layer sticks out a little bit further over the street, and then this is the street layer. I mean, it's just, I love it. All this gorgeousness. They're corbels, not gargoyles. Absolutely splendid. Now, I think our tummies are rumbling.
Turn again.
Which way?
Slowly, that way.
Oh, she's turning me.
Turn again.
She's turning.
Lovely names. Come down. Come down.
Where are we going?
We're going to, oh golly, where is it? I'm sorry, there we are.
Oh yeah.
Turn again.
Turn again lane. Are we going to turn again? I think we're going to be turning again down this street quite a few times before we disappear back. Right, we need to eat, don't we?
We do.
We're off to find a restaurant. Cheerio! Oh, vey, what to choose. It's such a rare thing to eat out. Have someone cook for me. Look at all this gorgeous stuff. That one looks nice. This one, looks nice. Oh, this one looks nice. Oh my goodness, that's just the pasta and the risotto. But also, I think I'm going to have... Yes, you can't see, can you? What a treat. And the best treat. Grazie. I didn't get a Prego. And look at where we are. We're right next to, this is the back end of the cathedral complex. Now, I don't know if I ever told you this, but my sister used to work in a cathedral. I won't necessarily say which, but she knows about all this stuff. So it's the most lovely little setting, and you can see what I'm loving is in so more places. You see this is what's called shared space. So it's a road, but it's kind of paved, so that it's, people take a priority. And yeah, back up there is into the centre of the town. And back end of cathedral. Good old British telephone box. A telephone box. I wonder if it's working. And then behind my sister's head, more of the cathedral. Hello. We haven't seen you saying hello since, was it France?
Hello.
Oh no, I know what it was. It was in Dorset on the steam train. But it's been a while.
Okay. Yes.
So, we're going to order. Right, shut up, Vivi. Important things. Right, bye-bye. Morning, all. Feeling a bit quiet this morning. Gosh, it's so quiet here. We're, I need to start brushing my hair. Where's my hairbrush on the side of the room? This little Airbnb that we're staying in, it's just like a little 2 up, 2 down cottage house. It's It's pretty much right in the centre, but it's so quiet. I can hear a pin drop. Oh, so that was a lovely evening yesterday. Obviously, me and my sis talked. Excuse me, we'd stopped in that square at that bar, had a couple of drinks there. Just no hurry, it's lovely. And of course, because the sun had come out, it's like, yeah, we're on holiday. And then went to the restaurant and talked. But we were back here, I don't know, 9:30 in the evening, to bed. The pair of us were kind of pooped. Bless her, she's getting over COVID too. I mean, she's literally just had it. But yeah, what a lovely start to our couple of days down here. And what's on the agenda today? So today we're going to go and collect Aunty Teapot. I need to phone them first to arrange a time because it's not like an open door. So we're going to go and collect her. Go and have a little... I'm not sure yet, but we might go and have a look at the house. Well, house. A little teeny tiny bungalow. It was like a little doll's house bungalow she lived in. It has sold. Someone else has it now. And no doubt they're modernising it because it hasn't been touched since 1932. So we might go and have a look just for old times' sakes, and me maybe pop in to see the old neighbours. Not sure yet, just that might be a bit emotion, you know. But then hopefully over to Whitstable, which hopefully I'll show you a bit of because Whitstable's dead cute. And that'll be enough for today. And then, well, tomorrow's a whole nother day. Tomorrow, I think the plan is we're going to explore Canterbury a bit. As I was walking through the town yesterday, because the town centre is quite small, it's all pedestrianised, and I was thinking, I'd love to live here, like right in the middle. I'm a girl who likes to live right in the midst of the action. But yeah, I wonder if one would tire of the tourists. Yeah, get tired of that very quickly, I'll bet. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a bit of breakfast, and then we'll get today underway and go and collect Aunty Teapot. Oh yes. Beside the seaside, I must have my caramel fudge ice cream. Yummo! Well, little squeal's going on behind. We've arrived in... my sister's just spotted a boat from near her in Hartlepool. We've actually arrived in Whitstable, which is just a little way along the coast from Aunty Teapot. This is the little harbour, and it's lovely. It's still a working harbour. You see the black sheds in the background, and you see more over here. This is where all the what do you call it? I can't think what do you call it when it's fish in a shell? Shellfish. I wasn't being dissembling then. Yeah, this is all the shellfish sheds. That's not easy to say. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, it's a really tiny little harbour, really tiny, but they're still working, you know. They're still bringing the catches in, and they're still selling them. And we are now going to head this away, further down that way, because we're now going to go and think about. We're going to get a bag of chips, sis. Mm-hmm. We're going to get our bag of chips and sit by the sea, but not Not here because it's grubby in working, which is great, but it's, you know, it's not where we're going to have our chips. So let's go and find our chippy. So we've just walked round from the harbour up there. This is more kind of the beach part of Whitstable. Goes on, and there's Sis getting a shot. Goes on and on and on. Down there, it's a shingle beach, but what do you do with all your old oyster shells when you're finished with them? Well, add them to the beach. A mountain, oh hello, mountain of oyster shells. Right, so what we're going to do is go and get ourselves our food, bring it down to the beach, and chill out for a minute. Loads of these down here, it's the old fishermen's cottages, which, well, converted into holiday lets. We were just looking at one of them and thinking, maybe I can just live there. Let's get our food. Sitting on the shingles. So good. Chips by the sea. Listen, I know it's rude to talk with your mouth full. I don't care. I'm like a pig in mud, Sis. What do you think?
Oh, heaven on earth.
Hang on, I can't see you. Oh.
Heavenly.
That's so good.
Nothing better than English
Greasy
fish and
chips.
on the seaside.
Sitting on the beach. Sitting on a shingle beach.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you can make out. Can you make out in the distance there? That's Sheppey. The Isle of Sheppey. And beyond that you can't make out is Essex, and way in the distance Essex. That's where we're going to be on Thursday. But before then, we got chips to eat. I told you, simple things. And I said for this trip, the thing I was looking forward to, apart from seeing my sis, the biggest thing was chips on the beach and an ice cream. And I've already had an ice cream today, but I might fit another one in. See you later. I've got a scarf. Bye.
When I was in the Delphi the other day, we have all these food limits, and I just see the board Florence. And then I remember I was switching Marlow for my last day.
Just busy, doing nothing, playing by the river. Oh, it's such a lovely river. Chalk stream. You see right down to the bottom. I'm actually, just this morning, we're going to go to the Cathedral shortly. We're going to mooch around, but at the moment we are, it's a big building to get in shot. We're here at the Marlow Theater. We're coming to see a show this evening. It's a birthday present from my sister to me to come and see a show. I can't remember the name of the show, but it's about fabulous women championing them. So we're just going to check out a bit of food for before the show. But my sister's taking so long. I think she's cooking it. But in any case, it's a lovely spot to sit alongside the river, especially. Oh, can I stand up? I don't know if I can stand up. Hold on. Oopla. Because it's a chalk stream. Don't know if you get a sense of it. You can see all right down to the bottom. Beautiful. Oh, so pretty. What a lovely start to the day. So yes, you can see where we're heading now. The Cathedral. So we're going to go down this road, around the corner, down another. But I just wanted to show you this little street. It's so lovely. You can see a narrow little street. All the tops overhanging. And this is so... You know what? I was thinking of York and other of our cathedral cities that it's so like this, where immediately around the cathedral you've got these little teeny tiny lanes, or the original lanes. Just lovely. But never mind that. Let's get on our way. Before the sun disappears. Actually, no, the sun is disappearing, that's fine, because we'll be inside the cathedral and we can come back out and hopefully the sun will be shining when we come out later. But look, still with the half-timbered buildings. In a way, I'm giving you these shots particularly for folk, who don't live in the UK, because we do see this in a few towns in the UK, but if you're outside of the UK, yeah, you probably haven't seen this sort of thing. But very typical of our cathedral cities. Right, cathedral, here we come. Yeah, someone forgot to bring the plumb line that day. Let me just round here. That is. Oops, get out of this lady's way. Yeah, a slightly wonky house. Let me just show you what it says above the door though. Just watching I don't get myself killed. Can you see what it says? A very old house, bulging out over the road, leaning forward, trying to see who was passing on the narrow pavement below. Dickens. I think they might have done a little bit of extra help on the door. Just before we go into the cathedral, this beautiful thing is in the grounds. This is the Canterbury War Horse. I'll show you a bit closer in a second. And it's their sort of memorial to all the horses of the First World War. Beautiful and such a lovely, peaceful setting. It's at the far end of the cathedral, but how beautiful, how utterly lovely. It's actually just made me get a bit choked up, but it's so beautiful. And look how it's made. Look at that beautiful face. It's all, I'll get you in really close so you can see. It's all just scraps of wood screwed together. Just random little scraps of wood. Isn't that clever? Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's huge! Giddy up, old thing. Look at you. And the cathedral. Lovely. Respectful. I really feel like I need to whisper, but we were coming along to this beautiful little area, just a lovely peaceful place to be quiet and contemplate, and you know, whether you're religious or not, just a nice quiet corner. But something else caught my eye. There's a word up here. Oh my goodness, and I don't know if the door is open. Now that is a heavenly sight, isn't it? Oh, I want to go in. Oh, rats. Well, of course it's locked. Oh, maybe another day. Maybe the Archbishop will invite me along to read some of his books one day. Yes. I'm not very good at reading. It's just to admire the work. Every single gazillion little pieces. All little teeny tiny sections. Adding up to just one window. Incroyable. And I can't resist showing you one more window. That last window I've shown you is sort of depicts the Acts by Thomas à Becket, the sort of miraculous acts or whatever. But what amazes me is these windows are the original windows from 1180. Of course, there are some small areas which have been restored. But just to get really close and think about this for a minute. 1180. All of this glass had to be, firstly the glass was made, but it was coloured. They had to colour the glass, never mind putting it all together in this beautiful intricate design. The glass had to be made and coloured. Once the glass was made, then, you see these marks, these are actually painted on. And the faces, those details are painted on afterwards. And then of course the whole thing, all the glass cut. And then you can see how all these sections of lead soldered to solder the glass in to keep it together. It's just an unbelievable, amazing, vast amount of work. And we just have to keep reminding ourselves of when it was done. Amazing. I'm just a bit smacked of the gob at the moment. Oh, can you hear me over the breeze? Good morning, lovely people. I'm no longer in Kent. We're in Essex. We've crossed the River Thames this morning. Well, we've crossed underneath it. And we've made our way north into Essex, and we're having a pit stop all day, we hope, here at Hyde Hall, which is one of the RHS, the Royal Horticultural Society's gardens. This is the dry garden. Everything's the dry garden at the moment. So yeah, just thought I'd quickly introduce, morning sis! Quickly introduce where we are. And so much loveliness to see here. I'm not going to stand here in this spot all day. Just show you little bits as we go around. But yeah, the dry garden does what it says on the tin. It's dry. Obviously this is going to be my fave bit. So this is the vegetable garden. With its lovely octagonal, is it octagonal? I'm trying to work out the shape. Octagonal greenhouse there, and a sort of goes in a circle, these formal beds in concentric circles. So anyway, you can see there are paths all around, then a bit of bed, and then you can see again, more path. I love this. There's my assisting pictures. I adore a kind of a semi-formal veg garden, and I think what I'm hoping for in my new home, because it's going to be my back garden, it's going to be my own garden, and I want to massively grow my veggies, but I want a few flowers too, and other bits and bobs. And I think what's more perfect than this sort of style of a formal veg garden, but chuck a load of flowers in, and a table and chairs, and look, oh, they've got ready to pick. Yeah, nearly ready to pick. Stuff that flower with cream cheese, batter it and fry it. Yum, yum, yum. Oh yeah, and you can see over there, they've got a whole bed of dahlias, because of course dahlias are edible. Right, I'm excited to look. Oh, but this, canna. Now I've been hearing people talk more and more about canna recently. That is Canna musifolia. It's very attractive. It's really attractive. And then this one, perhaps it's not supposed to have the brown tinges to the leaf edges. A lovely variegated leaf. This one is Canna Stuttgart. But off the top of my head, I've just completely forgotten how one eats canna. But anyway, oh, their spods are ready to dig. Yeah, this is a lovely, lovely way of doing the garden. Love this. I love these little paths disappearing off. All their beans, a stand of corn. Lovely. The sunnies. I'm going to put you all down again so I can run around like a maniac and enjoy it. Tomatoes, Wonderberry. Ah, that looks like sunchokes. Is it? The label's covered. Yes, it's sunchokes. If you ever have one sunchoke in your garden, you'll have them forever. No matter how thoroughly you harvest, you'll always leave one and they'll grow like weeds for you. Great though, great for hedging. And look at these dahlias, they're gorgeous. Oh my goodness, look at the squash. The squash are rampant. Oh my goodness, I love it. Ah, so it's sort of not quite three sisters, but it's sunflowers. And it just shows how late I got everything in. Oh, look at these beautiful dahlias. Is it what? Oh, hang on. So Sis has found the cooking instructions for the dahlias. Have any of you eaten dahlias? I honestly don't know that I fancy it. I think it's partly because I think they're just so lovely. I don't want to dig it out and eat. So dahlia, it's a crisp, refreshing texture and mild flavour when raw and work well in salads and stir fries. Cook them like a potato, boil, roast, put it in soup. So just like you would with your sunchokes as well. Yeah, but I don't. Why would you want to dig? How could you dig this up? Exactly. So I wonder if, in terms of harvesting, oh, that's gorgeous. In terms of harvesting for the tuber to eat, I wonder if it's best to wait till after the flowers have gone over, in which case you could enjoy...
Yeah, harvest the tubers in November.
Ah, but then you still won't have any flowers for next year. I don't know, I don't want to do that.
Harvest half of them and...
Yeah, oh sis, I've just seen their brassicas. Right, I'm putting the camera down now because I'm going to cry because everything is gorgeous and all of mine's rubbish. Just quickly, this lovely support made from hazel. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so simple. Obviously, it's really sturdy. It's just so much more attractive than bean poles. I need to find... What are they using it to support? Some kind of beans. Oh, this is ying beans. Maybe the yard-long beans are at the other end. But yeah, I need to find a friend with a stand of hazel that I can harvest from. Just a few. I mean, these will last for, a few years. They'll be good for a few years, especially store quality. But they just look so much nicer, don't they, than bamboo. Oh, I need to move in here. Instead of looking for a new house or a new flat to buy, why don't I just buy this garden, the RHS Hyde Hall. Not the whole place, just the veg garden, the greenhouse. I could, put curtains around half of it. That I could live there and do all my veggies. Sorted. Welcome to my garden, everybody. Yeah, I've just got a few folk around for the afternoon tea. But yeah, this is my garden. This is where I live. I mean, you can tell it's my garden, can't you? Because look at the edge of the lawn. It's tidy. Oh, these borders, they're so lovely. And they're we were just saying how they're arranged they're sort of presented in these little sort of cubicles between the yew hedges in a sort of little palette. Beautiful, but what I'm really drawn to is right at the top end, sort of just that couple of blocking it a second, but that really, really hot orange and then that really deep dark dahlia up there, so we're going to go and have a little bit of a closer look. Here's Rebecca, not Rebecca, Echinacea. They're lovely. I definitely need a garden. Yeah. Look at this, it's just audacious and shocking. I adore these really strong colours. Now, I'm always saying, anyone who's been with me for a while will know, I'm not a huge fan of yellow, but these sort of deeper, stronger yellows, I love, and I love anything of the daisy family. And then these lilies. Oh, look at this, beautiful. All the way in. So yeah, this is love it. And I think with some hot purple and some hot pink as well, it'd be really fab. So yeah, just dig up the whole garden. Sis, go and get a spade. We need to dig this garden up and put it in the back of the car, all right? Beautiful. Absolutely. Look at the helenium at the back. They're huge. Lovely. Just walked down the path from sort of behind the house. This is the original house. Coming down into the Robinson garden, these huge gabions. Just looking behind, I love the texture. But then comes around the garden, sort of this path comes round and drops down into a sunken area, and then oh my god, how pleasing are these gabions. Did you ever see stones stacked so neatly? But it's so lovely, because what I hadn't known, what my sister's done some looking up on Hyde Hall, is that the house, the farm, is called Hilltop. You just see it up there. It's windy, it's dry, it's really not suitable for gardening. But she managed, Ms. Robinson, to create a garden all the same. But in this spot in particular, so pleasing. Look how neatly they're stacked. There's one out of line, I need to tidy it. But yeah, lovely, just this sort of little space created a bit lower, a bit sheltered. It's been such a lovely place to explore, such an unexpected pleasure. I mean, you all know me, I'm all about my veggies. She's all about the veg. But I love all gardens. I love exploring gardens and fantasising and thinking, oh, if this was my garden, I would do such and such. And I think that's what appeals to all of us, isn't it, in visiting gardens. And even this little bridgey walkway, don't make it straight. Make it disappear somewhere. Make it an adventure to walk through your garden. Yeah, I think we all do that, don't we? We visit a garden and immediately start thinking about how we can take this garden and put it into our own. Not necessarily by digging it up and stealing it, but by taking ideas from it and allowing it to inspire us. You know what? That's a life lesson, isn't it? Is let the things we see, smell, feel, hear, let things inspire us. Allow yourself to be inspired. Right, my sister's disappearing behind another corner. Let's go and see what she's found. Excuse the staff behind the hedge being noisy. So this is sort of, we're almost getting ready to start wending our way. And we've come to the area of Hyde Hall that's the cottage garden. And they've got a modern cottage garden and a traditional. So I just want to show you this one because, you know what, I'm all for experimenting. Hang on, let's slow you down here so you don't go too fast. So you can see how it honours the form of, this sort of straight line, almost as sort of the box hedge beds, clipped yew, that sort of thing. You can see all of that being honoured, but then you know, the formality of the large planter chair, but it all looks, it sort of all looks like it's dying and decaying. I think it's, in a way, it's gorgeous and romantic. It's like, I just said to my sister, it's like, this is Miss Havisham's cottage garden. It all looks a bit sort of faded glory. But you know what, to me, this is just not a cottage garden just for lack of flowers, really. And then we come next door, so this is the modern planting. And then we come next door into this crazy abundance. And now, I can just about see Sis right through there. Oh, that's more like it. Absolute crazy abundance. And so, it's, first of all, it's packed with flowers. Lovely. But it's also proper cottage garden. Look, red curly kale. Lovely. There's veggies in here. Veggies and flowers and more. And hollyhocks. Hollyhocks, that's an obligatory cottage garden flower. And fruit trees. So again, it's hard to see at this time of year because it's so abundant, but it has a certain formality in terms of these laid out paths, straight lines, the sort of the visual sort of exclamation marks by way of large urns, furniture, what have you. But yeah, it's just an absolute gorgeous, flowery, floppy, crazy, abundant mass and mess of flowers. And in a way, you know, it's sort of, actually, in a way, it's to the far extreme, isn't it? I think maybe, is this too blousy for my taste? Is it too flopping over the paths? You see, the difference is here, there's no edging to the beds, unlike next door. I think I would like to create my own garden to be somewhere between these two that we've seen. It has been so lovely to come here today. I hope Aunty Teapot's enjoyed it, because it's all about her at the moment. I'm sure she has. And now for a wee sit down. Hello again, lovelies. Oh, I feel sad now. I'm on my way home. Oh gosh, Hyde Hall RHS garden is so lovely. I highly recommend it. Small, it's very, very small. You could probably whiz around the whole thing in a couple of hours. We spent about 4.5 hours there, but of course I'm stopping and sitting a lot. But lovely, everything from sort of dry garden, rose garden, lush lawns, borders. Between the train and the platform. And now I'm on the Elizabeth line, the brand new Elizabeth line. It is dead swanky. Hang on, let me see if I can quickly turn you around to give you a quick look before everyone gets on at the next station. There we go. So, coming back to me, it's actually very, very similar to the London Overground, which is the line I normally take. I may put you away for a bit because I don't know how, if loads of people get on. I feel a bit shy, but yeah, I really, really, really wanted to stay at the garden because it was lovely. I would have liked to have stayed in the garden because, you know what? There's something about, I'm going to get emotional again. There's something about being in a garden. I feel safe. I feel happy. But I can't stay there. So I'm making my way back home on the Elizabeth line. Yay! I will then get into East London and change to the Jubilee line. I will then get to just south of the river and change again to the London Overground. I don't know how long it's all going to take me, but I'm on my way home. And I think
next station, Chadwell Heath.
Just when I get home, I might pop the camera on very quickly again because I want to catch you up on just a couple of little other things. And it's been a really long video, but yeah. So for now, sad Vivi heading back into London. See you in a minute. Well, I'm home. I'm hot. Oh, the journey home wasn't too bad. Quite straightforward, apart from one of the connections is not step-free. So a very full granny trolley and a very wonky knee. But I'm home and I'm glad. I'm a home sweet home girl. I'm going to strip off in a minute and splash cold water all over myself. And just quickly wrap things up, because there were a couple of other things I wanted to sort of show and tell, but I might just talk about that in another video, because I know this one's been quite long already and sometimes it's just jumped. It's been a crazy busy 3 days. That's 3 days. And, you know, it's been great. It's been absolutely wonderful. I think a fantastic tribute for Aunty Teapot. Obviously great to spend a bit of time with my sister. I mean, we've packed so much in. I think I'm going to pay for it in the next couple of days, because I've done more walking in the last couple of days, even with walking and sitting, walking and stopping, walking, sitting. It's more than I've done in ages, and I'm really hurting now. So nothing for the rest of today, apart from trying to edit some of this footage. Yeah, good stuff. Couple of really emotional moments. I expected that. Couple of very private moments, not filmed, of course. Respecting both myself and the rest of the family. And yeah, it's a bit of a chapter closed, you know. Will I ever go down to that part of the country again? I don't know, quite possibly not. Somewhere that has been my home from home for years, but it's all good. I think, you know, as time goes on, there will be other days where I suddenly feel a bit emotional again. But for now, I'm happy with what we did and all the little places we went and visited. I've lost track now. I'm not sure whether it's clear, but today we were in Essex. I've just come home from Essex. My sister is carrying on. She's going off up to Cambridge, and then from Cambridge, final stop, North Yorkshire. She will then hand Aunty Teapot over, as it were, to my uncle. My uncle will take her to the woods, and she will be scattered with my aunt and my grandma. So my grandma was Aunty Teapot's sister, my aunt was Aunty Teapot's niece. So they'll all be together in the woods, and they can all squabble happily ever after for eternity in the woods. It's done. It's good. I'm going to now go and have a lie down. I'll see you all again soon, I hope, but maybe not for a little while, but I will see you soon. So until then, please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Thank you if you stuck with me for the whole of this video. Yeah. Let's all just have some quiet moments. Get to the garden, if you can. That's what I should be doing. Right, I'm waffling, I'm going. Cheerio, lovelies.